Hello, good morning. I'm Mehmet Şahin from Mersin University, and I have been teaching at the Faculty of Education, and my major is on the curriculum and instruction. Before starting my presentation, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers of this conference, to the Lumen team, and also the Lumen organizers. My presentation is about Connectivism as a learning theory of the digital age. As you know, we are now in a normal, not normal, in an abnormal or in a new normal situation. Generally, they call it new normal. And although we don't know what they mean with normal, and the world is now talking about the next normal. But my term here to use is new normal. And what is happening in this new normal? In this new normal, the trends are different now. There are shifts from centralization to decentralization. So there is a shift from central gatherings to what is individual. And for example, the shopping centers, the items are bought and paid digitally, and items are distributed. And for eating and drinking locations, for example, foods, meats, and drinks are bought, and they are distributed to the individuals. And as for the schools, universities, institutions, conference halls, they are all empty because the knowledge is now distributed to the students individually. And weddings, praying places, funerals, and other gatherings can be included in this shift. And there is a general shift from real society to digital society that is called network or social network. And also the second dimension is digitalization. The world is a digital world now, and digital books, digital libraries, digital learning materials, digital museums, and digital currency, let's say money. And a shift, in short, from the analog to the digital, or as for the education, from face-to-face to digital presence. And a shift from the real life and from the real world to the digital life and to the digital world. And another shift from traditional educational settings, methods and techniques to the education distributed individually by using technology, and which is called online education. In fact, there is, in summary, a shift in education from teaching to learning. So this new normal is full of shifts, is full of changes, but mainly to the digital age. When we consider the 20th century, the aim was to have a society of knowledge. But in the 21st century, this target changed. And now they are talking about the 21st century skills. As you see, this is a picture from the Lumen conference hall before, and most probably it is like this now. We cannot see now because we are not there. And this shift from all dimensions of life also affected the educational methods and techniques. And also it affected learning theories. So what is normal is now traditional, and what is trend, new trend or current trend is now digital age and connectivism. The educationalists now are talking about traditional learning theories, mainly behaviorism. As you know, it is about considering the human mind as black box and working on stimulus and response system. And the leaders are Paulo, Watson, Skinner, and Thorndike. And the second traditional learning theory is generally cognitivism, and it is based on information processing, input, processing, storage, and output, and computer modeled approaches. For example, the information processing theory. And the leaders of this cognitivist approach is Ausubel, Gagne, Brunner, Piaget, and Vygotsky. But here, some names can also be considered in the constructivist theory. And constructivism, this is the result of a change from objectivism to subjectivism. So constructivism can be regarded as a product of subjectivism, or a shift from teacher-centered approaches to learner-centered approach. So the individual, the subject, is important, and the education is constructed considering the needs, the interests of the individual as the learner. So in this theory, learning is process of an active construction, and the knowledge is constructed. And learners make sense of their experiences, so they learn themselves or they construct knowledge themselves. So their knowledge is original and peculiar to themselves. So knowledge is individualistic, and knowledge is original, and knowledge is peculiar to the individual. And the theories are generally Brunner, Vygotsky, and Piaget, but we, as the teachers or educationalists, focus on Vygotsky, thinking of his approach called social constructivism, and Piaget as cognitive constructivism. So these three approaches are regarded as traditional approaches because they address to the needs or approaches of the 20th century. And now we are in the 21st century, and from 2005 onwards, the theories of learning was transformed into a new approach or model. In fact, the world was ready for this new learning theory. It is called Connectivism because the 21st century was named as the digital age. But in Turkey, for example, the education system was not ready for this new learning theory. In 2005, the curriculum here was revised or restructured according to the constructivist approach. However, in some countries, the education system was radically changed, and a new approach was the base of the education system from 2005 onwards. And this new theory, this new approach was called Connectivism. And the theorist of this new approach was George Siemens. According to Connectivism or Connectivist approach, digital age is different from the previous ages. So there is no teaching. The focus is not on teaching, but the focus is on learning. So this new theory, Connectivism, is a learning theory of a digital age. And know-how and know-what is supplemented with know-where. And the capacity to know more is more critical and then what is currently known. So the capacity is more important. The currently known is not so important because knowledge is spreading so fast, and it is a dynamic century, and it is very hard to make knowledge stable. So knowledge is distributed across networks, not through classrooms or lessons. And when we talk about networks, the technology is the base. So technology-based connectivism is the new learning theory here. And the act of learning is largely one of forming a diverse network of connections and recognizing attendant patterns. So here we talked about networks, learning network, social network, not the gatherings of people or the masses in some centers, halls, classrooms, schools, universities. So when we talk about connectivism, yes, it is the learning theory, but it is the learning theory of the digital age that is the 21st century. As you see, it is not centralized. It is the decentralized form of learning or decentralized distribution of knowledge. And here, learning is network, or network is learning. So network learning is the focus of this new theory. And knowledge is distributed. And distribution is the key word here, not only for knowledge. We mentioned it before, for everything. It is not gathered, it is not got or bought from the centers. It is distributed from the centers to the individuals. So network knowledge or network learning is based on adding new nodes and creating new neural paths by using educational technology. Here in this new approach, a person knows because network knows. So the network term is the key word here. And another key word is learning ecology. What is learning ecology? An environment that supports or fosters learning. And it is adaptive, dynamic, responsive. And it is self-organizing, not centrally organized. Individuality is important here. And it is not formal. The knowledge is structured informally. And knowledge is a process of, let's say, construction. And it is diverse and alive. So the other keyword is learning ecology in this theory. So when we compare connectivism with cognitivism, connectivism is, yes, some different from cognitivism, but two have some common aspects. In connectivism, knowledge is a network product, and technology plays a key role in learning and sharing. And therefore, learning is connecting, learning is building, and learning is expanding. There are some principles of this new theory. I mean, this new learning theory. Learning and knowledge rests in diversity of opinions. So diversity is one of the key words here. And learning is a process of connecting specialized nodes or information sources. And learning may reside in non-human appliances, that is, technology products, right, like robots. And capacity to know more is more critical than what is currently known. So the knowledge in mind, the knowledge that is known is not so important as the capacity to know. So the capacity to know is the focus point here. And the ability to see connections between fields, between ideas, and between concepts is a core skills. So the ability to see and understand the relations, the connections between all these concepts and ideas is regarded as the new model of learning in connectivism. And currency, that is accurate, up-to-date knowledge, is important here. Why? Because knowledge is spreading so fast. Speed is important, especially in our age, because of technology. So to have current knowledge, up-to-date knowledge is very important. And decision-making is itself a learning process. So it depends on learning and choosing what to learn, and the meaning of incoming information is seen through the lens of a shifting reality. And while there is a right answer now, it may be wrong tomorrow, because alterations in the formation climate affect the decision. So the problem is to catch always the newest, the most accurate knowledge to make sound decisions. And the skills are needed here for connectivism. What skills are needed? Answering, filtering, connecting, human being, creating and deriving meaning, evaluation and authentication, critical creative thinking, pattern recognition, and navigate knowledge landscape, acceptance of uncertainty or chaos, and contextualizing. In this theory, it is strange and interesting and exciting for me that I made some publications years and years ago, not so many years, but 2012, 2013, 15, and 14 as the articles and papers. But this pandemic made this process very fast. Maybe pandemic is one of the instruments to make connectivism as the main theory of education or the education system. And in these years, in the early years, these papers and articles had no citations. That means no academicians or researchers considered these references. But after pandemic, all these papers had many citations. This is the case of this new normal. But for me, this new normal will not be stable. That means it will not be forever. So we, as the academicians or researchers, should be ready for the next normal. What it will be like, we don't know yet, but we can work or we can make researches or estimations about the future, which is the next normal. Thank you for your attention, and I hope the next conference will not be online or will not be in this connected way. It will be face-to-face with interaction, and the questions and discussions will help me and all of us remarkably. Thank you for attention again. I wish you all healthy and happy time.